Yo, what is up everyone? So today is a very important video because we're going to be talking about why you need to stop scrolling. Now when I say stop scrolling, that means TikTok, Instagram, even YouTube, Snapchat, but you know, they all have rankings on which one is, you know, most addictive and which ones are not. And I think we're going to go over those, and we're going to talk about the side effects and how it really affects your mental health, and just the benefits as well of stopping scrolling, and just how much time you have in the day. You'd be amazed how much time you have in the day the second you stop scrolling on your phone. So the first thing is that scrolling actually affects your mental health and physical health. It affects your mental health because it's giving you instant gratification and easy hits of dopamine, especially with TikTok, because that's why TikTok's one of the most addictive ones, because it just keeps on hitting you with different stuff. And then YouTube and Instagram are kind of right behind them, and then Snapchat, it really depends on, you know, how much you look at other people's stuff. But even on Snapchat, they still give you a scrolling option, and we all kind of know it's a waste of time. But remember, this video is for people that genuinely think that social media is hurting them. If you are like, oh, I haven't been affected by social media at all, then you don't need to watch this video. But if you're someone that's like, I want to stop scrolling, I want to learn how to stop using social media, and maybe use social media in a beneficial way, well, this video is for you then. I wanted to teach you how to stop scrolling, and then you could still have social media. That's the cool thing, is that you could delete social media to keep your accounts, and then have to re-download them to get them back, and you know that takes longer to do, so that's going to make you not want to go on, you know, your apps. It affects the way your brain chemistry works, and you know, it's not our fault, especially like the earlier generations. It's not the earlier generations' fault that, you know, we grew up with this, but it's our job, especially if we feel we're affected by it, to put a stop to it and make our brains work, fix our brains, because our brains have been messed up from this. I think if we acknowledge that our brains have been messed up from this, it's easier to, you know, fix it. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is how social media affected, like, basically how we socialize when it comes to like FOMO and instant gratification, like I said before, and you know, just it's very easy to see differences on social media. And the truth about it is, like, the fear of missing out, that has affected like so many people, and it's almost like unavoidable if you have social media. So this is why I recommend you guys watch The Social Dilemma. It's a Netflix documentary, and it kind of shows like the way that the algorithm works and the way that social media kind of like makes you addicted to it. Like it's built to make you want to watch more of, you know, whatever they're saying, whatever they're doing. I really recommend you watch it. It's quite eye-opening. What's the best part about it though is when they talk about, you know, no one talked about the issues that this could have on people. They were just talking about how cool the technology was, without talking about how this could really mess up people's minds and, you know, addiction. They didn't even think about that. That wasn't even a thought that came up. So I really recommend you guys watch this. It's quite eye-opening. It's gonna, what I say is gonna make a lot more sense if you guys watch it. So I definitely recommend you guys watch that. So this is the biggest thing about this entire video and social media itself and scrolling. The second you stop, the second you take a day to really just cut out the entire thing, all scrolling for an entire day, you are going to realize how much time you have in the day. On average, people have about 3 to 4 hours of screen time, so you will have an extra, on average, 3 to 4 hours a day. I mean, if you're someone that's on your phone a lot, like, you know, 7 to 8 hours, and you cut out, that's 7 to 8 hours you have extra in the day. And what this is going to do is this is going to absolutely force you to do things in your day. Because when you were bored, like as a kid, that's why you're always like, oh, I want to do something, I want to do something. The second you got your phone, or you got your video games, or you got your TV, if you were bored, you just go to that. now you are bored and you're just staring at the wall. There is no way you're just going to stare at the wall. You're going to choose to go outside. You're going to choose to go get sun. You're going to choose to maybe work out, maybe read a book, maybe do a new hobby, maybe get a job, start making money. Who knows? Like, you're going to be forced to start doing things. That was one of the biggest things that happened to me when I cut out scrolling. Pretty much, like, for one day, I was just like, oh my god, I have so much time in the day. Like, I could do so many different things. That is the number one thing that you will find, is that you just have so much time. This is the thing about self-improvement too, is a lot of people talk about, oh, you have to cut out all your friends, you have to, you know, stop going out. I don't think you need to do that. I don't think you need to stop trying to live and have fun. I think what you need to do is cut out this addiction that you know is not good for you. Like, I don't think you need to stop hanging out with your friends. Like, that's not what's taking up your time. What's taking up your time is your phone. That is one of the biggest misconceptions about self-improvement, is that you have to cut everyone out and not talk to anyone. That's the complete opposite. You have to talk to more people, and that's what this is going to do. It's going to force you to talk to more people. It's going to force you to socialize outside of social media, and it's really exciting once you actually, you know, start, you know, doing it. First off, you're going to feel like you're in a movie more, because you're not, you know, you're actually doing like real life things, and you're just going to see that your day is now filled with activities because you decided to cut out this thing that has been taking over your time. What's going to happen is social interaction is just going to become way easier, because you have now talked to more people, and you're not in the whole space of social media, because it's not a good place to be in. I would say the only reason you should be using social media is for business and networking purposes. And I mean, if you want to check up on your friends, that's okay too. But the whole scrolling thing, For You page that just was added, YouTube Shorts, all of it, that is taking up a lot of your time. And a lot of you guys know that it's taking up your time. You might not want to admit it, but it's true. That's exactly what's going on. Looking for any sort of self-improvement, if you're looking, don't think, oh, I need to I need to start doing, you know, all these different things, like cutting out this, cutting out that. The thing you need to cut out is the phone. Like, diet, yes, too, I talk about that. That's important for sure. I think getting sun's extremely important. I think putting your feet in the ground is extremely important, getting the energy from the earth. I think all that is very important, but it's going to be so much easier to do those things when you're off your phone. Because it's like, oh, now I'm just staring at the wall. Okay, let me go outside, put my feet in the grass for a little bit. You know what I mean? Look at the sun. You know, maybe make a nice meal for myself. You know what I mean? And then you kind of just momentum. Momentum is one of the biggest things here. I didn't overnight quit social media. This is not what happened at all. In fact, I'm still working towards getting fully there. But I will tell you that I've dropped my screen time by about 80%, and the difference is insane. So, I mean, I still need to, you know, use it for social media promotions, and and then, you know, checking up on my friends and stuff like that. I get it. You know what I mean? If you're in college, you want, you want Snapchat. If you want your Instagram, you want these things, and I get it. That's extremely important. You should not delete your Instagram account. In fact, I mean, if you want to be successful in the world, it's probably a smart idea to grow your Instagram account, grow your social media. There's a way to be on social media and do it the correct way. That's the cool thing about these bad things in the world, is that there's always people that could take high advantage of them, as long as you don't get stuck. As long as you don't get stuck scrolling. The scrollers, those are the, you know, the ones that they're controlling technically. You know what I mean? You're letting a phone control you. This is what's going on. You might think it's not controlling you, but put your phone away, sit there for 20 minutes and try to just think of ideas, and try to not touch your phone. And you're gonna be like, wow, this is a lot harder than I thought. Yeah, of course it is. And that's not your fault. You know, you grew up with this. I'm not going to blame you. But now that you know this information, it's up to you to fix that. That is 1000% the truth. Is that now it's time for you to fix it. Okay? That's really what it is. I mean, I deleted TikTok probably like 7 months ago, and that was one of the best moves I made. You know what I mean? Like, the amount of time I've like realized I've had, it's forced me to do so many different things. Now, I mean, I'm way more productive in the day, and the truth is, I don't get headaches anymore. I don't know about you guys, but when I would look at my scroll for so long, at the end of the day, all I would have is a headache. I have never once sat in my bed all day and scrolled on social media and felt good at the end of the day. And I've done that. I've had days like that. Like, especially when I was younger, middle school, high school, there was days where I would scroll on social media all day. And I'm telling you, not one of those days at the end of the day, I was like, I feel good about myself. I didn't, like, it's just, that's what it was. I got headaches. My eyes hurt. You know what I mean? But besides the fact that this is an addiction, like, health-wise, like, this is affecting your eyes, this is affecting your sleep. I mean, this is the reason that people are falling asleep at 3, 4 in the morning now. It's a completely different situation. It's a different world. And you now have to be like, okay, how am I going to win in this situation? I'm put in this situation. I didn't have much control over it. How am I going to, from now, take control of the situation? And this is what you do. So don't blame yourself for having this addiction. You recognize it, acknowledge it, and look to stop it. And I'm telling you, this is how you do it, okay? Now, you guys are probably wondering, well, how do you stop this? Well, the main thing is you have to basically offload all of these apps and put screen limits on them. So once you offload all these apps, it's going to take about, you know, a 15 to 30 second process to re-download them, which is going to make your brain be like, oh, I don't know if I necessarily want to go through that time just to do that. And it's going to force your brain to be like, okay, wait, no, you're doing this. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like someone that's addicted to food, like kind of hiding the food so they don't see it. It's the same with social media. If you can't see it, if it's not in your view, your brain isn't going to be, because you have to remember, your brain is now messed up because of this. Acknowledge that your brain is now messed up, and then acknowledge that you have to fix your brain, okay? Once you do that, this will be so much easier. You have to acknowledge that it messed up your brain, though. You have to. It messed up mine. I'll tell you that. And I'm still working to fix it. My brain is still not fully fixed. But I believe if you know, and again, it's gonna force you to wanna you know, do things differently. It's gonna force you to fill your day with things. Because either one of two things are gonna happen. Either you're gonna fill your day with things and then use less social media because of it, or you're gonna use less social media and fill your day with things. You know what I mean? And all I know about this world is that the more things I do in the day, the better I feel about the day. That is as simple as it could get. If I'm doing things, I feel better. If I didn't do anything in the day, I don't feel good. And I think scrolling is not doing anything. So I think that's how I view it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really want you guys to try this out. Try maybe to, you know, just delete maybe for a day, see how you feel. I don't know if you know this, but if you've ever met someone, a kid that did like go on, maybe went camping or did something where they didn't have their phone for like a week or a month or whatever, you notice that they said they felt really good when they didn't have their phone. Why is that? And when you were a kid, you felt really good when you didn't have a phone. You need to question that. You need to question why you felt really good. You need to question what this is doing to you. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to post a bunch of new videos soon. Hope you guys are ready for that. Other than that, peace.